Well, hello everyone. This is Caitlin with Ron LeGrand for another Ask Ron. How are you doing today, Ron?
Outstanding.
Fantastic. Are you ready for this week's questions?
I am. I hope they're easy.
Oh, well, we'll see. Okay, so our first one from Bill Morgan from Mississippi.
Hey, Bill.
First off, he came to Quick Start in Birmingham. He
Cool.
loved the information.
Good. Thank you.
His question's on land trust. What do I put for the name of the trust, and do I need to get an attorney to get it filed?
Okay. Bill, where were you when I went over this in class, man? By the way, there's several lessons on this on the Gold Club site. But the answer is some states require an individual to be the trustee, and some will allow a LLC or an entity to be the trustee, and I honestly don't know which one Alabama is. So let's say it's an entity, that would be one of your LLCs. If it's an individual, it should be somebody that you asked to be the trustee, but I wouldn't let them have your last name. Keep it off public record, because honestly, they don't do anything except sign the deed when you sell. So it's not like a big deal or anything like that. I think that was a question. Who should be the trustee? And do you need an attorney? What do you need an attorney for? When you fill out that warranty deed to trustee and go record it, your house is in a land trust. Take a look at it. It's on the Gold Club site. There's about 5 blanks to fill in. And then you'll find the declaration and agreement for trust also. Take that home and fill it out, put in your filing cabinet. There's about 5 blanks on that. So if you know who the beneficiary is and who the trustee is and what date it is and where the property's at, you got the answers, because that's about all there is to it. Now, one word of caution. On the top of the trust agreement, the word grantor is not the same as it is on the deed. The grantor on the deed is the seller granting the rights to you. The grantor on the trust agreement is you granting the rights to the trust and trustee. So where it says grantor on top, you look right after there, it says as beneficiary. All right?
He also asked, does it need to be revocable or irrevocable?
It is a grantor revocable trust.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, his next question is with tenant buyers, you do not give them any credit towards purchase price on the monthly installment,
No.
correct?
No, it's just rent. I never have. Frankly, I don't think anybody's ever asked. But the answer would be no if they did.
Okay. Our next one's from Jake Kuhl of North Dakota.
Jake.
I'm seeing houses in my area that are in foreclosure and are behind on payments more than a year.
Wow.
Some are pretty, some are ugly.
Right.
What is the best strategy for getting into these properties as light as possible for a lease option or sub 2?
All right. Well, first of all, you can't do anything until you get a hold of the owner and fill out a property information sheet and see if it's even for sale. Then when you have all those facts that are on your property information sheet, you can make that decision. For example, if it's a year behind on payments, it will depend on what shape it's in and how much equity is left in the house. If there's very little equity in it, you're not doing anything with it. However, let's say the mortgage is only about half the value or so. And then if you caught up the payments, you could still have a lot of equity above that. Well, even that depends on the size of the payments. Because if you're going to put a tenant buyer in there, you're only going to collect so much money up front. So if it costs you more to make up the payments than you can get out of the tenant buyer, that exit strategy's probably out. Now, if you're paying all cash for it and treating it as an all cash purchase, then it all comes right back down to the numbers. Can I pay off the loan and be in it for no more than 60-65% of the after repaired value? And that includes repairs. So it's all about the math, but you start by getting the property information sheet. And it wouldn't hurt you to get to my Quick Start school, so you'd be able to answer that question when you get back home.
Perfect. He also says, I am currently helping someone with a loan mod to get the arrears cured. The loan is $180,000. ARV is $250,000.
Right.
Arrears are $33,000.
Wow.
And the payment is $1,300.
Love that payment.
They are out-of-state owners. I have a purchase agreement and a memorandum.
Memorandum, okay.
But I do not know if it is valid without a sales price or a closing date. What is my backup plan if the loan mod is designed? Short sale?
Nope, probably not. Your backup plan is go find a deal. Because if that loan mod does not come through, then you don't have the financing, because the amount to bring that payment current will just probably destroy the whole deal. And I'm going to tell you something now. if that bank finds out that that person is not living in a house anymore, they're not going to do a loan mod on it. So you might want to make sure that doesn't happen. So if they add the payments onto it, and they're probably still going to increase the monthly payment, now you can walk into it without any money and take over the debt after they restructure it. If they don't do that, the deal is probably dead. Because what's the exit? Who's going to come in with more money than it takes to make up a whole year's worth of payments? Not likely.
Okay. Our next one's from Sandy Drager of Wisconsin.
Sandy?
You tell how to find houses and you buy them, but who do you sell the house to? Do you have buyers for these houses?
Well, now, Sandy, when I'm offering a house to the marketplace on a lease purchase, it attracts the 70% of the market that cannot qualify for a loan right now. I don't have any problem finding buyers. That's the easy part, because they can't go to the bank and get a loan. However, if I put them in my house and give them time to fix whatever's broke, then they can. And that's the whole business right there. Take the 70% that can't qualify, find the ones with multi-$1,000 non-refundable deposits, hand them the keys, wait till they go to the bank, or move, do it again. That's the whole game right there. But you don't have any trouble finding people on terms. It's the all-cash, picky, qualified buyers that are a little hard to come by.
Alrighty, our last one is from Marc Savage of Florida.
Mark? I know Mark.
Following up on PI sheets with a yes to owner financing or lease purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Have our VAs come back around and try it again. Assuming the property is still for sale, I'm guessing that more time squeezes them a bit and they might be more interested in our option.
Well, first of all, you should be following up on the yeses and the nos, because if you use my scripts, the nos, probably about 20% of them will turn into yeses. Now, following up is always a good deal if you have a reason to. But, you know, if a seller gives you point blank, no, there's no way I'm going to sell this house till I cash out of it, well, it's up to you if you want to follow up, because even some of them will convert later. And it does not hurt to have a VA call them later with a short script like, hey, we talked a month or so ago and you were not interested in terms. You still have the house, and, you know, can we talk about them today? That's where your no script comes in handy. That's the way I built it.
Okay, his last one is with FSBO leads, where our VAs have called and got a not interested response. When should we have our VAs come back around and try it again? Assuming the property is still for sale, I'm guessing that more time squeezes them a bit and they have maybe a bit more interested.
To tell you the truth, unless I got a good reason to follow up on the first call, I'm not going to have the VAs call them again. You should be generating more leads than you can process to begin with, and you don't have to worry about chasing people that have already given you an emphatic no earlier. I'm not telling you there's not a pearl there, but it may not be worth the effort, to tell you the truth. Focus on the people who have houses for sale now and deal with those who want to deal with you.
Okay, that's our last one.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll see you guys next week. Go get some deals.